Well, another day and another video for you lucky people, because you get to see my ugly mutt. Well, never mind. Let's get on with it. So, today we've got Going Back. It's about a Vietnam War, the Americans in Vietnam War. And this chap, Captain Ramsey, the story is based around him. Basically, it's about him and Echo Company, the company's fighting Vietnam. Anyway, the war's over, long over, a good couple of years on. And basically, he goes back to the battlegrounds to see where his old comrades has fallen and sort of get over the mental illness, not illness, but mental shell shock of what happened, because he's not entirely happy what happened, what went down on a certain day, which one day this sort of evolves around. So he wants to go make peace with it, as it were. Of course, not all that happens in a way that you think would. His mind sort of travels backwards and forwards between being now, for instance, and back when it happened. It's a two-sided story, which I quite like. It's quite a nice, it's like a flashback sort of idea. That's it, flashback. That's the one I was looking for. It shows basically him in his army outfit back in the war, with his squad or his platoon or his company, you know, however many soldiers he had, because he's a captain in this. And anyway, his troops sort of get separated a little bit because they go on a little advanced party, and they get get ambushed, get back in a firefight with the Vietnam or Viet Cong or whatever you want to call them, and not all goes as well as good as planned, because when he calls in the coordinates, the planes fly in and land the bombs. They drop the bombs, but the bombs don't go in the place where they should be. The bombs come too close to their own line and take out some of his own men. And maybe that's sort of the whole reason for him going back to relive the moment and try and get over what he's done. You can think two ways about it. You can think he's either did it on purpose to show that maybe he's not all with it, or that was a complete accident and it wasn't. It's quite difficult to try and guess how far somebody is away to try and blow them up. Nice as that sounds, not really. You don't really want to do that, and especially to your own squad mates. So anyway, it's a journalist, a female journalist pops in, and she wants to take his story. She goes along, follows him around, chats to him, and unlocks some key features and key memory losses and all this sort of thing, and flashbacks forward and backwards. Flashbacks and flash forwards. She tried to piece it all together what he's talking about and what's actually happening, because she wasn't there, and the story really unfolds quite nicely. It's not a huge department for production. It seems a very low-key one. It doesn't seem to be much really. It seems to be 10-15 guys, the female media lady, journalist, and a few grenades, a couple of guns in vehicle. It's nothing much. It's just going for a jungle and a few buildings, and it's very low key. But it's from the director, I believe. From the director of Boys and Company C, which I have here. Boys and Company C, which I will show you later. It's the same guy who directed this one. I've seen this one as well, and a really good film, and I'll show you that another time. Put that back down there, and back to this one. It's got a whole load of a few special features I'll show you in a case of a minute and show you how well presented this out. But basically, the bonus features are just a bunch of trailers for other films, which kind of sucks, really, because that's not what I call special features. That's just letting you know what's coming out later on. That's what a trailer ad does at the start of a film. Like, you got the old VHSs and most of the DVDs come out with a bit of video beforehand because it's showing the adverts and the films coming up. Something like that, I believe it is. But really, yeah, it's production-wise not huge. It seems to be okay on the story-wise. The plot seems to be back and forth. It's quite simple to follow. It's not too complicated, but I find it a rather slow film. It's a very casual film in some ways. and when it gets into the fighting, there's not too much of the old sound effects. They're quite low key. I prefer something a bit more, but there you go. It's still entertaining. It's still a nice film, regardless. It's a very simple film, and it's nice to watch, easy to watch. So yeah, I'll stop muttering along. Okay, get the words out, and we'll take a closer look at the old case on the old side there, shall we? Let's go have a look. So, going back, Casper Van Dien. It was hell to get out. It's harder going back. Yeah, it's basically a nice front cover, a very strange front cover. You got the two tones of colours going on. You got nice red at the top of the journalist and the captain's faces, and you got this sort of washed out sort of green sort of filter on the bottom, and tries to give you that sort of effect that is old and sort of like 70s, I suppose, 60s, 70s, whatever the war was, 60s, wasn't it? Yeah. It basically folds all the way around the case, that sort of same colour pattern, and I don't particularly like it. It's not one of the finest cases ever, but I suppose you've got like a low budget, like I said earlier about the film, you kind of get this low budget sort of take on a casing. Going back on the side, Casper Van Dien got his face, then he's got the soldiers. The soldiers wrap around, which is quite nice. The whole front cover wraps around, like I said, the colour wraps around, and the what actually is in the picture wraps around. So the soldiers go around the back, some trees, the sky goes around the back as well, and I'll show you. So yeah, it goes around the back there, quite nice. You get the old soldiers, well, no soldiers at the bottom, but you get the lake and the trees and the firefight and the vehicles, that sort of thing. There we go. It's like let's see, we're at the top. For the men of Echo Company, it was hell to get out, but they found it even harder going back. I don't say the men of Echo Company, it only seems to be really about the captain. It doesn't seem about any of the soldiers. But I don't like the way they got the pictures sort of laid out. It just seems very, very lazily done. Just taking snapshots of the film and just stuck them in there. There isn't really much to it. Some of them are hard to depict what actually is looking meant to go for, because top one's like a brown sort of horrible colour. Then you got the guy in the helmet and a nice sun and shade. You got the lady, and you got some kind of big light sort of stream on a couple of pictures at the bottom. It just don't seem to really work, but you know, it's alright, I suppose. And the features, can I get the features closer in? So, special features, chapter selection, which is not really a special feature, come on. And trailers, time 4. Shakedown, Escape from Afghanistan, Ankle Biters, and Cradle of Fear. Yeah, it must be the other films that his director's done, or the company's done of some description, but very not my type, I'm afraid, sorry. Anyway, let's have a little read if we can get the old camera. Seeing the writing, we can see the writing. From director of Boys in Company C, and starring Casper Van Dien as Captain Ramsey, comes a heartfelt drama about Echo Company, one of the hardest hit American units of the Vietnam War. Judging by watching the film, it doesn't really seem that hard hit, but you know, there you go. Kathleen Martin, a TV journalist, is assigned on location to Vietnam to cover the reunion of Echo Company as they revisit old battlefields, even. Kathleen's documentary gets off to a rocky start when it is revealed that Captain Ramsey was accused of providing wrong bombing coordinates, causing the death of his own men. The drama unfolds as we learn of the men and their stories, culminating in the reenactment of that fateful day. So yeah, basically tells you everything about the story in the back there, a bit of writing, and you get the credits at the bottom, but it's a generally very strange case. It's not one I particularly like on the outside, but on the inside, it's some. Oh, I don't know how much worse you can get, but nice clear plastic casing, and you get the scene selection on the side. Look at that. Scene selection of 1 to 16, end credits. You get the soldiers again, wrapped around the bottom and the side there, and the whole picture sort of spans around. And if you've ever seen one of the worst discs ever, this has got to be it. There we go. Can you make out what that is? That looks like it's been washed out with water and then stuck in the case. I don't know, that picture is one of the worst I've ever seen on a disc. Like, I just can't believe it. It's like, you got the red at the top like you got, and then you got the sort of the soldier, but for some reason it's like that sort of water effect has ruined it slightly because it's got the yellow sort of stain going across the front, white mixed in. I don't know, I think that's really awful. That's really badly done. Whoever did that should be, well, fired from this job. That's no excuse for putting that in there. So I think that's, yeah. So anyway, an okay film to a disappointing case. But anyway, let's go and wrap it back up on the other side, shall we? Okay, let's make this quick. I'm nearing out of battery. Okay, film, shit case, but a very good entertainment though. It does nice, and I do recommend it if you want to watch something about the Vietnam War. But apart from that, it's mediocrely okay. So it's alright for a few quid if you want to. There we go. Going back is today's sit on the fence recommended not film. So yeah, there we go. Cheers for watching, people. See you next time. Goodbye.